Hey everybody, it's Montblanc. If you're new here, I'm a Gen 2 K-pop veteran who hasn't listened to K-pop in over a decade. I'm back from the grave though, and I'm trying to learn about the new scene by seeing what I've missed over all this time. Today will be my first time listening to BABYMONSTER, and I'm starting off with what I think is their latest release, Psycho. I saw online that BABYMONSTER are kind of like 21's grandchildren. And while that gave me a good laugh, it's serious business when it comes to YG legacy. So I'm very curious to see if they can cut the mustard. It's pretty easy to have faith in YG artists, but let's see. Sure. Already, visually, this has that sort of YG stamp to it. Very like dialed in and powerful visuals. Even from a song perspective, we're off to a really banging start here. I'm curious to see how things are going to progress, but there's already a lot of charisma and power in this, which I have come to find is synonymous with YG and their artists. They definitely find very dynamic and interesting artists to place in groups under their label. It's a nice pre-chorus. Why so serious? Love that. It's hard to look away from them. They're magnetic, that's for sure. I don't know how I feel about the vibe of the song so far, but we have a little bit to go yet, so maybe it'll click in the coming verses. Nice. I love that. Nice switch up. The smart dance, relatively simple, but those are the kind of ones that kind of go viral because everybody wants to attempt it, and it's really strong branding. They kind of stamp onto their stage performances, and then also as fans are trying it out, especially for social media, it makes a really big difference when it's not overly complicated, even if that's quote unquote like more impressive. Almost like a sort of Halloween-y vibe to this. Asian horror, maybe. It's very cool. I really am enjoying watching this. It's visually spectacular. Oh, she's got a beautiful voice. Great. Very. If I wasn't so familiar with K-pop in general, I would claim there's a sort of disjointedness in this song. But in reality, that's one of the things that makes K-pop so fascinating, is that they don't necessarily have to stick to one script or like one presentation. Jeez. Psycho, cute. In order to make a successful and complete package. And part of that is because of the way that their music communicates personality in the group. Overall, over the course of like a longer career, sure, but even like individual members and like what differentiates a group from the cohorts that they have within the same company, within different companies. As I was saying, this is very clear YG stamp. I also will say that I really enjoy the fact that YG-ism is pretty strong in the beginning here, but then it starts to get playful and experimentative, sure, and go off in directions that I wouldn't necessarily immediately associate with YG. I like this short-haired member. She's really pretty, and the short hair is, I don't know, there's something that's capturing my attention about it with a couple of different members in the modern scene. I like this. They have a very clear, strong visual brand. And what's interesting is that it starts off with more of like a hip-hoppy vibe, and by the end of the song, it's pushing more into rap. And there's also like subtle visual cues that you get from their outfits as the video progresses, that maybe you're going to start seeing something like that, but you don't really put it all together until the end of the song, which is very an interesting way to craft the visuals for this project. Oh, this little vignette, the like moving from one member to the next, and it's sort of like almost like an old school horror kind of scene. Wow. I definitely want to watch this music video again. There's a lot going on, and it's kind of the type of music video where you get more and more as you rewatch it. There's a lot of like subtext going on, a lot of foreshadowing, and I like that. It makes it rewatchable. I'm definitely intrigued. This group has caught my attention, and I want to check out more from them. They have a quintessential YG vibe, but there's something unique about them. And I have to say, missing the context of the past however many years of YG artists, I do kind of wonder if this isn't more of a unique stab out overall, or if YG is also pursuing, let's call it like a new strategy of making sure that individual flavor is baked into the groups that they are representing. Crafting? Anyway, there's certainly a lot more for me to check out for Baby Monster, and I'm really excited to see what else they have in store for me. The amount of charisma on display here is pretty impressive. And I guess when I do pursue some more Baby Monster content, I'll go ahead and be sure to link it in a playlist in a card here and in the video description as well. So make sure to keep your eye on that. And outside of that, if you're YG fans, you're probably Blackpink fans as well. And I have started a deep dive playlist of Blackpink and their work. I think that they're no longer with YG, but they definitely have, they're a part of the lineage, right? If these are like the granddaughters of 21, then 21's children is definitely Blackpink. And it's really fun and interesting to sort of see that legacy as it's developed over time. And honestly, it makes me a little bit nostalgic. And I know that 2NE1 has been making their rounds since they re-signed with YG. So I'm really hoping that they have some new stuff in store for me as well, because, you know, once a blackjack, always a blackjack. But anyway, I guess that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.